Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea and Tequila. We are here. We are alive. We are well. We took a hiatus, right, Mayla?
One of us did, yeah.
Was it by choice?
No. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Whose choice? Yeah, no, I just feel like it's like going to be such a weird story to share, but we took a hiatus because of me. I decided to just like up and move to Florida. Hated it. Had no reception. Had terrible, terrible service. Couldn't even use my phone. Couldn't use my computer. It was like satellite internet. It was terrible. And so um, we kind of had to take a pause on the whole YouTube thing and recording and high quality this and techie stuff that because yeah, I was in the boondocks taking a nice long 5-month vacation. No, it really wasn't a vacation. It was just a big mess. We tried to just like live our best life, realizing that moving to another place doesn't just up and change everything for that. So here we are back home. Cheers to the cold weather and coffee, beanies. I'm actually appreciating the cold now though, because it's not even that cold here. It's like, I don't know, it's like 48 degrees. Like it's really not even that bad. And it's like sunny. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, what was Layla doing while I was gone?
I started a new job. Pretty much doing the same thing I was doing. So it's not really anything super different. I might just pretty much get to work from home more, which is always the goal. But I mean, I'm pretty much just, was living life, not really doing anything super crazy or super exciting. Didn't go on any, well, I guess I went to Charleston. That was nice. Got to hang out with my dad for a little bit. But besides that, just,
Just texting me every day saying, "Oh, when are we gonna do tea and tequila again? Like, get your ass back to Delaware so we can get on it."
Like, yeah, it's just pretty,
2024.
seriously, like it's just pretty much just been still doing stuff for the podcast, just not actually implementing anything. So now it's just like implementing all the things we've been talking about and thinking about since the beginning, really, not even necessarily since like you moved to Florida. But I think like restarting, kind of taking the time off and like figure out what we want to do with everything is never like a bad thing. So it's just making sure that we kind of organize ourselves and get everything just moving along. I mean, we were doing well. We were putting out episodes. Like if you guys started with us in the beginning, all of the episodes are on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasters. Or Apple Podcasts, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure podcasters. That's what I had put it on. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave them up. Since we're kind of going to revibe and like redo this whole thing with this kind of like with this first new episode, I guess. But I'll probably leave them up until the end of the month, probably, and then I'll just make them private. And then I don't know, who knows? Maybe later on we'll like re-release them as like Disney style from the vault,
or like slightly edited because there's like a random long gap of silence in a couple of the videos.
Yeah, they're also really long. So if you guys sat through any of them, I appreciate it.
We appreciate that because I sat through one of them and I was like, all right, this is a little long. And I also realized too, like now that I'm so busy, I've listened to less and less podcasts that are long because of the fact that like my attention gets taken away from me so much. It takes so long for me to finish a podcast that like I had to stop with the kids or stop with this or stop with that. And, like not everybody has that type of lifestyle, but I had to stop a lot. And so I think that, a 30-minute podcast is going to take me about 45 minutes to an hour to actually finish because of the fact that I'm stopping, pausing, doing this, tending. And so, like Mela said, if you sat for all the hour, then God bless. We appreciate Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm like so red right now just because like I'm listening to the kids inside. I'm like, what's going on?
So,
Like 1 second and it's all hell breaking loose.
so with that being said, like going forward, we're still gonna be tea and tequila. We're definitely still gonna be like hitting all the topics, all the things that we're interested in, things that we kind of want to discuss, as well as implementing like some guest people, guest topics, I guess kind of like styles of episodes. Like those episodes maybe a little longer, maybe a
Also,
little bit more. Go ahead.
there we go.
I was gonna say,
Also, more tea and more tequila, like literally like the drinks. We're gonna do
Yeah.
more beverages.
yeah,
I mean, it's not like it's not just cute. It has a purpose. It has a purpose, y'all.
yeah. So we'll definitely do more actual content as well, and we'll have more content that we're putting out so you guys can be able to connect with us in multiple different ways, which will also, like I said, once we start getting more guest stars, however you want to call them, guests who are on the podcast, will have questions that you guys maybe want to ask them, or topics you maybe want to ask them once you've met them all. I'm sure most of them will have no problem coming back on here. All the people that we've or at least that I've talked to that said they want to do it are definitely characters, so it'll be interesting, and I'm sure you guys will want them back. So to just be, like I said, yeah, more people, more fun, bigger, better, however you want to put it, more organized.
Nice. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. I hope you all are too.
Yeah, it should be fun. With that being said, our first official episode of 2024, New Year's resolutions. I personally don't really care about New Year's resolutions. Like, I get the point. And I didn't grow up in a household where like vision boarding, and besides like when Pinterest came out, whenever that was, 2008, 2010, whatever it was, I don't know. That, I guess you could consider that a vision board, but I literally never looked at Pinterest as a vision board. And I was on Pinterest back in the day when you had to be invited by somebody else to Pinterest. Okay.
What about Tumblr?
I was definitely.
I forgot you had to invite people to Pinterest. Oh my god,
yes.
I forgot about that.
Tumblr was definitely my vibe. 2012 Tumblr will
Was
forever
that a vision
be
board?
No. I think Tumblr is more. I think Tumblr was like the next adaptation. Adaptation. I can't say that word today. Of like journals and blogs and vlogs and like just making it more
kind of
MySpacey, where it's like, okay, this is my part of the internet. This is where this is what I'm putting out here. This is what I want it to look like. Whereas I feel like New Year's resolutions is more like, okay, I wanted to lose, 10 pounds or 20 pounds last year, and I didn't do it last year. So I'm just going to make it my resolution for this year. Like, it's always the same resolution. Like, if your resolution from 2015 is the same as your resolution for 2024, then is it really a resolution?
Wait, did I miss something? I feel like you were talking about Pinterest, and now
I was
resolutions.
I was, but I'm saying, like you said, I didn't grow up doing vision boards. Like, I didn't grow up doing
resolutions. Vision board. You're pulling back to that,
right?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like, I guess that was a little bit of a junk. I just feel like no matter how you do it, be it like Pinterest, or you write down on a piece of paper and burn it, or whatever, or you put it in an actual like journal that you keep. If it's the same thing over and over again, then it's not really like a resolution. It's just like, I hope this. It's a wish, really.
Yeah.
And I think like a lot of people, even without New Year's resolutions, are like, oh yeah, I have this, like, this is my goal, or this is my plan, and like I want to do this. But like, and I'm guilty of this. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I'm so much better than everybody else.
We all are.
Like, set all these goals, and then like, oh, you do it for like a week or like 2 weeks, and then like life happens, or it gets super cold and you're like, I'm not going to the gym, whatever the excuse is for the day, and then like your whole progress is gone. So like, I feel like instead of focusing on like New Year's resolutions, it should just be like New Year
intentions.
intentions or
I
like
like intentions, like setting an intention for the new year.
habits,
Like instead of
or
saying
like
like,
these are new habits I'm
yeah,
gonna build for the like 2024.
yeah.
That's a lot better. And it also, you can make it a lot smaller. Like, okay, my habit is just that I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m.
Well, think about it like this too. Like a New Year habit, New Year ritual, right? That sounds
Yeah.
positive. That's inviting in something, that's pulling in
Yeah.
something, that's like wanting to create something, right? But if you say like New Year's resolution, that's you trying to resolve something, like you're trying to resolve an issue. Like that's a really negative take. And I feel like it's a
Exactly.
lot easier for people to feel like they've, quote, fallen off the wagon, or like, or like, you know, can't keep up or don't want to get back on the wagon because then it makes them feel like failure. And they're like, oh, I can't even keep up with a New Year's resolution, like blah, blah, blah. And it's like a rabbit hole from there. Well, don't set it up that way then. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're the kind of person who can pull in New Year's resolutions as a positive thing and it works for you and it inspires you, that's wonderful. That's what it's there for. It's what's intended for. But I also just kind of feel like at this point, it's just become such like it's kind of like a, what are those things? Not like basic, but like just like a for lack of better terms, basic term that we throw around, kind of like wellness. You know, like people are like, oh, wellness this and wellness that. Like, okay, like not everything is wellness this and wellness that. Like, a calm down.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be this, you know, whatever. And I just think it's a blanket term for bullcrap at this point. And like, honestly, if everyone wants a positive solution to the resolution, if you want a solution for the resolution, oh my god, then do your resolutions or your invitations of inviting in new things and habits and rituals on your birthday, because that's your new year. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Like, okay, I'm on it. It's my birthday. What do I want for myself this year? Because guess what? I'm not focused on anybody else. I'm not vibing off of anybody else's New Year's resolution energy. Because then when their energy dies, my energy is going to die. No, that's not sustainable. You know,
That's
you got to
a
be able
point.
to sustain yourself. So like, sustain yourself and just say, okay, these are the rituals and the habits that I would like to obtain for myself this year. And like, it's a lot easier to get back off or get back on the wagon you fell off of if it's moving at a slower, steadier pace, because it's on your own terms, on your own year. You know what I mean? You're not sitting here in a rat race trying to like keep up with everyone else's resolutions and, oh, well, you know, Becky, like, look how good she's been doing about what she said she was. I'm really slacking off. Like, I suck. You know, like there's this whole comparison game now. And I just don't see how that's healthy or positive. Back to you, man.
No, I agree. And I think that especially with like the advent of social media and like how we use social media as like our way to connect with so many different people, it just has further like perpetuated this idea, like if you don't have a New Year's resolution, if you didn't complete all of these things the year before, and or have all these new things you want to complete for the next year, and I like emphasis on new, then you're like failing. Oh, well, you didn't make $1 million this year, you didn't start a successful business, you didn't like have 2 kids within 10 months somehow and like still lose all of the weight. Like it's always like asinine standard that no one can meet, and no one is actually meeting, because people that are meeting it are lying about it or photoshopping it or
listen to this though. It goes back to that saying that I read before of, you know, people on the internet are only sharing their successes most of the time. They're not sharing the struggles of the process, nor are they sharing the failures that they had to come by in order to get there. Like, I didn't sit there and type up all over my Instagram, like, yeah, Florida sucks, like, I hate it, and like, we made a big mistake. Like, I didn't type that out on my Instagram because, like, one, I was embarrassed, I was frustrated. Like, you know, it just is what it is. But like, now I'm thriving, but now I want to start posting on Instagram because I'm happy, because I want to share that. I want to share that happiness. I want to like, you know, like feed that light, right? And so we have to remember that when we're sitting there taking in everybody else's light without sunglasses on, then you're sitting there like comparing yourself. Like you're like, oh no, I'm in a dark space. I'm sitting here looking at all these people with their light on, and like mine's not great. And it's just, I shared something to my story the other day that said, just a reminder as everyone's posting what they accomplished this year, it's totally okay if all you did was make it through this year. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, people need to remember that, because like making it through a year alive, like now that I've been through a depression so deep, like now I can see that that's a success in itself. And like sometimes you don't need a resolution or anything really in the beginning of a new year, other than just to say, new year, fresh start. Like, I don't even know what that looks like, but it's fresh. Let's just be fresh. And I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And when it comes to me, it comes to me. And when like the push for new year, right on the new year resolutions, it can be overwhelming, and it can deter people from wanting to ever make changes in June or May, or you know what I mean? Like, make your change when you're ready for it. 2024 is going to be a good year for us millennials. And so I think that, you know, don't limit yourself.
No, I definitely feel like, especially like you said, for millennials, I don't know if you're into astrology in any sense at all, and you've been like looking at the end of the year, like 2024 forecasting, all the like Astro Babes put out there. I don't even know what they call themselves. We'll just go with Astro Babes, whatever. Then if you are a Capricorn, a Libra, a Cancer, I think in an Aries, like 2024 is like a year of fresh light and fresh like vibes. Like, we've been in a decade. Yeah, literally.
Which,
and if you
on an emotional spirit,
like, and if you look at it, like, it has to do with Capricorn leaving Pluto, which Pluto is, they always consider it the sign of death, but death can also be rebirth. Like, I think as
well, after death, always rebirth in astrology. So like, death is not
like,
a bad
people
thing.
don't always look at death the same way. Because just because something is over doesn't mean that something else cannot take its place, especially. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, because I felt like we lost connection.
No, I agree. Like,
But
I
yeah,
do think that like, focus. I mean, there's a literal on Reddit. They're part of Wall Street Bet, especially when the whole thing was going on with like GameStop and everything. They used to call it loss porn, where it would literally just be pictures of like all of this money that people have lost in the stock market. So like, as like, it's not even just in like, it's like everywhere. Like, no matter whatever your subsection is, you're like obsessed with this idea of like, okay, you're like, you've lost something, or like people will appreciate that I've lost all of this money and will like commiserate in my misery with me. Like, I just, yeah, which I think is also like the opposite side of social media, but that's a conversation for another day. I just think that if you're using social media, or if you're using society's own standards as like why you're setting these New Year's resolutions, or why you're trying to set these like just unobtainable or just not smart goals, then I think that you should just evaluate like what your purpose is for this resolution, what your purpose is for like creating the goal in the first place. Because like, if you want to lose weight, or you want to be healthier, you want to, you know, get a better job, whatever it may be, like, it doesn't matter if 5 of your other friends are doing the same thing or not. Like, do what you need to do in order to be happy with your life.
I also encourage you guys to like look a little deeper than just, hey, I want to lose 15 pounds this year. Like, that's a great goal, and I love that, but like, why?
Yeah.
Why do I want to do that? And I think that that's what maybe 2024 should be about, is like the why. why you're doing things. Like make sure that you're actually doing things that make you feel good, like she said, and know your why, because that's the only thing that's going to make the goal sustainable. Like you can, as long as you fall off the wagon and you can go back to your why. And if your why is still embedded in your soul, then you actually want to do it. If it's not, you're not going to do it, and you're not going to want to do it, and that's why you're falling off the wagon. And maybe you should just not get back on that wagon and get on a different one. So like instead of looking at it as a failure, look at it as a redirection.
Yeah.
God bless. But no,
Thank
really,
you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah.
Namaste.
So with that being said, I actually think it's a really good like kind of ending point or ending thought. Oh, we should start doing those ending thoughts. That's cute.
Oh, that's cute.
We're
trying to think of like cute slogans. We're still thinking for slogans in Thailand. What's the killer? I already got
right.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that this has been a tea and tequila podcast. Is that what I was saying? A tea and tequila?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll make it work. I'm going to keep this in here just because I think that this all fits well together.
We'll do something that's more, yeah. We also, I feel like there's something more like catchy, like punny. Me and Mela like puns, like we like play on words. So we'll come up with something. You wait.
Maybe we'll post this on the interwebs and ask.
That would be a good one of our interactive polls. Like, hey, help us come up with stuff.
Yeah.
What do you like to see? What do you like to hear? What do you like to feel?
I can put it on. We can put it on the Instagram and what do you call it? On Spotify.
TikTok. Oh.
On Spotify, you could have like questions and polls. You would. It's okay. I do all the editing, so you don't know that that's what it looks like.
Like a tiny meditation podcast or something. I'm gonna do a meditation podcast, like breath work and stuff.
That'd be cute. Yeah,
because I think people just need to hear my voice all the time. I'm just kidding.
It's more so that we just really want to be able to make money without having to leave our houses.
Oh no, I want to leave my house. I just want to be able to talk
and
get paid for it.
I want to be able to leave my house.
I followed my mom around, the child talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and she was like, "God."
My mom told me. I told you my mom said I used to like literally talk to myself, like as a baby,
my mom
like a little infant. She has like she had.
Me and you are so two peas in a pod, girl. My mom was just telling a story yesterday at our family Christmas thing about how she was like, I remember I had to give her a sibling because she was I looked out the window and she was on the play set and swinging on the swing, talking to herself. And I thought, she needs a sibling. She needs a friend. And I was
literally
like,
my mom.
Remember that day? And I was having a great time by myself.
I was like, I did not need a friend.
Didn't need a sibling.
Exact same thing.
And I was like, no, I like talking to myself. I still do it.
Yeah.
Now when I'm in the grocery store, I'm like, oh, I'm just talking to the kids. I'm just talking to the kids. I got kids. I talk to them now.
Like, yeah.
And then meanwhile, like what I'm saying to quote the kids is, oh my God, you dumb bitch, you forgot the freaking bacon. Now you got to turn around. That's what I'm saying to my kids. Oh my God.
Oh God. All right. Love you. Bye.
All right. Love you.